Hey everyone, welcome to the Bible Belt Bros podcast. Two bros hanging out, talking about stuff, and doing other things as well.
I was just kind of wanting to see where you took that.
Well, okay. Two bros who happen to be lifelong friends. I'm trying to find out a new intro. Two bros happen to be lifelong friends, stuck in a bubble with him during COVID, and can never get away from each other.
I mean,
so they
probably would have been like two bros, no hose. No.
And that is why I edit the podcast. Because you never know what's going to happen. But Christmas is in the air. You liking all this Christmas decorations we got? We did put these up right before Halloween, I believe.
Boy, you're one of them.
We're one of them. Every year after Christmas, we buy Christmas lights at 70% off. And we just continue adding to the craziness here in the Hope House. And this year I went super nerdy and I got the Alexa plugs. When I give a command, say Merry Christmas, all the lights come on because my wife, I'll put a video on our Facebook. I'll share the video she made where we have a bunch of lights in the house. We have Christmas tree. We have every shelf kind of has lighting behind it. The fireplace has lighting behind it. The kitchen has lighting. Everywhere's lighting in the house. So I got all the lights set up to a plug. So when you walk in and say Merry Christmas, all the lights come on. Alexa starts playing Christmas music. I have to be careful. You can't say Alexa and that part gets annoying. But
like how you used to be able to say Xbox,
right?
Turn off.
Yes, and so now I say Merry Christmas when we walk in the house. Everything comes on. Christmas music plays. It's just a happy time to be home. And then when I'm walking down the hallway to go to bed, I just say good night, and everything turns off. So,
well, that's pretty nifty.
Super nerdy, super fun.
See, that's right up my aisle.
I know,
but I went with the Google platform rather than the Amazon platform, and Google was doing all that, and then they shifted gears, and so now they no longer have the plugs that you can talk to. I know, it was stupid.
Well, we have the Fire Cube TV, Amazon Fire Cube TV, so that actually works as your Echo Dot if you wanted to. And then Shay won an Echo Dot for something, I can't remember why, but we never bought one. Well, we bought the Cube for TVs, but we never bought the Echo Dot, but we have it now, so.
See, we have the Google Homes all over our home, and like, because we can use them as intercoms, because we can say, broadcast in Izzy's room, or tell her blah, 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 or something like that.
Tell Izzy to go to bed.
Yeah, and so, I mean, we've only used it a few times, but we have them throughout the house. The old house was a lot easier to use them. This new house, where you would think I would use it more, I don't. As a matter of fact, I don't even have the one in my office set up yet.
Right, which your office is a pool house.
Right.
And so, yeah, that would be very helpful to have one in there.
Yeah.
To send a message instead of saying, Lisa!
Which I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, because she can't hear you.
Yeah.
You're in a different house. Lisa probably loves that.
Maybe I'm going to hook it up now.
Hook it up and just yell, Lisa! And just have her have to come all the way outside to you.
Yeah, because she doesn't know where I hooked up.
Yeah, because she doesn't know how to respond.
Actually, she knew how to use it better than I did. So,
well, so Shay sets up all the Christmas lights for us. And so my part was, one, getting them out. We have like 15 tubs of Christmas things. Outside, inside, all around side. And then we have, so my part of this was to make it cool. And so I got really invested into the Alexa plugs. And I love it so far.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely the way way I'd want to do it. Unfortunately, I went with Google, and so I can't.
Well, it's not that expensive for an Alexa plug. It's like $30 for 4. So. Yeah,
but my whole house is Google with the doorbell, the smoke detectors, everything.
You could just use Alexa to
just
do
for
the outlets.
Christmas.
Yeah, I've seen like Alexa start stream and it turns on your lights, like if you have cool lights and stuff. That's what actually got me. So now after Christmas, I can use these plugs for something else.
For streaming.
Secrets.
Nice.
Secret plan I have in my head.
These aren't just for Christmas.
These aren't just
use?
for Christmas. These are for streaming later. Alexa, start podcast and bam, 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 everything lights up.
Does that mean the record function will automatically?
That would be cool. I probably can't because I have to hit the button, but but close enough, right? And
Yeah.
we've talked about doing video from time to time and never do it because we're lazy. But I'm lazy. I have to set it all up every time, and that's just not
I mean,
no
you
bueno.
don't have to. We could set up a studio.
In your pool house.
There we go.
You've said that a long time ago, and guess what we haven't done? A studio in your pool house.
Which point?
My point. That's the point.
I mean, just come over.
You're just
We'll
like you're
we
just
can set it up.
Yeah, somehow it's still me coming over and doing it.
Yeah, but once it's set up, you don't have to keep doing it. It's just one.
That's true. Like at your place, it's a set it and forget it system.
Yep.
Here, it's a little bit of a process. Not too bad of a process. To stream video games is super easy. To stream two, that's the
Yeah.
That's
that
the
was-
kicker.
Yeah.
It would be very easily possible if you just stayed home and didn't come over and had your own setup at your house. And we could both just record our videos on our sides, and
Yeah, but
not as fun.
I don't think those turn out as well. Because you would need very compatible equipment, like cameras. That way you have the same quality. And
Cameras, audio
Yeah.
twings through the internet. We did a podcast with which we need to do one with them again. That was fun. But what are their names? Tiny, I know the tiny dude. Do you remember Earth Oddity Bros?
Oh, yeah, the one I wasn't in.
Yeah, you weren't in that one. I never invite you to those things. And so so the only people that actually requested you were the Listening Chair podcast.
See, they like me.
They like you. Everybody else, they're like, "Oh, you have a co-host?" I'm like, "Exactly." But
So those are the people who you can clearly tell don't listen.
yeah, correct.
Or
correct.
pay attention to the title, because it says Bible Belt Bros with an S.
Maybe they just thought they were the extra bro.
Oh, okay.
Like if you were to ever like stop coming or whatever, maybe one day, hopefully, then, but I can't say that because I don't have very many friends, Andrew, so there would not be very many bros. It'd be so hard I'd stop recording because it'd just be the Bible Belt guy with
Yeah,
podcast.
The Bible Belt guy.
That's not what we want. We want bros. We want community. And I always reach out to people online and be like, "Hey, come on." And then when they say they want to, I'm like, "Crap, that's going to be a lot of work trying to get that figured out and scheduled." And so then it's just back to you. Andrew, you're my safety net. Therefore, you are a co-host because you're always on. So, Christmas lights. I saw something like you like colored lights, she likes white lights.
Yep.
So you have a tree that changes lights.
Yes.
Is it based on whoever's in the room?
Yes. Because we always go click the button, because it's one of those that you use your foot to change it.
Ah, okay.
And so, but it does have a function where it flashes white, colored, white, colored, white, colored. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like
still
the
switch it
the
to
strobies.
colored.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ew, yours is white. Gross.
We used to put the color lights around it, but we bought a pre-lit tree. We bought a pre-lit white, and
We bought a pre-lit that has white and color.
well, I thought we could easily, if we wanted to add color, add some strings around it.
Yeah, that's
So-
extra work, though.
It is work, so that's why it's white.
Why do you have all the Mardi Gras beads around it?
Hey, I earned those. Okay. Stop breaking my stuff over there. Gosh.
Stop putting it in my area.
Just so you know, Andrew's the Dwight Schrute of this podcast. He always chooses to stand instead of sit. So, just like Dwight Schrute, he stands.
Yes. And I don't know, I just like standing better.
It actually is better for you when it comes to projecting your voice. Singers choose to
I
stand.
definitely don't need to do that.
Yeah,
My
your voice
projects
projects
enough.
too much. So, Andrew, I know I started Christmas lights a little early this year.
A little?
Here's the deal. There's two reasons. One is last year we did it, and it's like cold and annoying, especially for the outside lights, because we did more on our roof this year than we've ever done. Like
Gotcha.
we've individually got a clip for each light, which is stupid.
See, that's how I used to do mine at the old house.
Yeah. And so doing that when it's cold and freezing and just I'm not a fan of it. And so I said, even if we don't turn them on, let's go ahead and clip these babies on when it's 70 degrees outside and nice and not too cold, not too hot, just right that perfect temperature. And so we chose to do that, and then we turned them right on. so,
I mean, if you have them up, you may as well turn them on.
and two, if there is ever a year that Christmas needs to come early, it is 2020.
Absolutely.
Golly,
It has been a messed up year.
it has been, and it's not even over, man. Like,
No, with no signs of slowing down, I think 21 is going to be just as bad.
yeah, people think that. Have you seen the meme where it's 11:59 on December 31st on 2020? People are so excited, and then at midnight, January 1st, people are like, "It didn't go away." Like, I thought it was just 2020 was going to be the only year of suckiness, but
Yeah, no.
man, people are freaking out in the real world. I mean, toilet paper is gotten
Bad again.
bad again.
It's like, really? Come on, guys. You know, I did go buy a bidet this time, though.
I have a client who's a pastor, and we've been recording like YouTube videos for him. He has like a missionary radio show in Peru, and I think he's trying to start like a online video show is kind of what his thought process for this. He's trying to start a podcast, basically. A video podcast by himself.
So, you got a pastor that does work in Peru, and you've never told me about this guy?
Okay, he's a new client.
But still.
Okay, I'll introduce you.
Hello, who's been to Peru multiple times?
Yes, you are the Peru guy. So he has started this radio show or YouTube show, and we're kind of getting it together for him. We're only like 4 episodes in, and so he started on this rant on his last show, and actually the next 3 videos is about the collapse of the United States and what's leading to the collapse. And it's not a political thing. It's not saying, because here's the deal, right? At this point, if Biden's president, he's going to try to shut down the entire country, supposedly, or whatever, for 2 months or whatever his dates are. And it's going to hurt the economy. If Trump's president, coronavirus makes a second wave attack on the United States, or people are going to riot. If Trump wins at this point, if all of this legal stuff goes away, people will just riot, and it's going to be the collapse of the United States.
I think either way.
Martial law is going to come in effect either way. Anyway, I love conspiracy theories.
I don't think it will, because I don't think Biden has the kahunas to declare martial law, because then he will
But you know who does?
lose power.
You know who does have kahunas?
Who?
The vice president.
So
she has the kahunas to do that.
She doesn't either.
You don't think so?
No, because she will literally lose control of the country. Martial law means the military is now in control.
Yeah. I love conspiracy theories. Let me believe conspiracy theories. Anyways, this pastor, let's go back to him. This pastor, he believes that the collapse of the United States economy and in the United States in general is coming because it's the rise of the Antichrist for end times, which I've never been an end times prophecy guy myself. There's people that dive real deep into it, and for me, I know that there's an importance to it. I'm not discounting it, but I am discounting it. But I know there's an importance to it, but to me, like studying Revelations and figuring it all out, which I think is one of the things that it says in Revelations is that you will never know the time or the hour. So that means we'll never figure it out. So stop studying this stuff. But is that who cares? Like, so if I figure everything out and it happens, all I get to do is brag about it. So I can just say, "Hey, guys, I was right." Is that the whole point of the studying of Revelations? I'm sure it's not. Okay, people are mad at me already, but but I just never been an end times kind of guy. But I love conspiracy theories. So explain that one, because they kind of go together a little bit.
No, not really, because JFK getting shot isn't end times. But that was still a fun conspiracy theory.
Right, but just I like conspiracy theories that are current, like stuff that's not happened yet, like what can happen kind of stuff, those kind of conspiracy theories. I like a lot of those. I like murder podcasts. I'm just a horrible person.
If that's all you like, you're a saint.
But I've never been that end times kind of guru guy trying to find out when Jesus is coming back. And for me, it's because, there's a book called 84 Reasons Jesus is Coming Back in 1984. And then he didn't come back, so then there was 85 reasons Jesus is coming back in 1985. Well, it It hasn't happened yet. It probably won't happen in my lifetime.
One reason Jesus is coming back in 2001.
Yeah, one reason, yeah. It's because of all the other reasons.
The others failed, so now we're
It's like a
here.
Seinfeld where, like, when Kramer has the paper and his phone number, I guess, was accidentally put as the movie number. So he's like,
Right.
why don't you tell me what number you push? You're like, why don't you tell me which reason you want? Yeah. It's just,
Oh, I remember that one.
oh man. Okay, we're showing our age here. but I've never been an end times guy. I know that there's a lot of people that are, and our client's one of them, where he is pretty sure that the rise of the Antichrist is coming soon, and that will follow a collapse of the United States government, meaning we'll be dependent on another country, another leader, something like that. So I don't know, man. All I know is toilet paper is gone again. So,
Which is dumb.
which is dumb. Which I have a bidet, so I might have to get that set back up. But
And I bought one. I just haven't set it up, so I got to get it set up. But also, in all fairness, got to set up the new toilet, too.
Toilets. Let's not go back to that podcast. That was just last week we talked about me getting a new toilet. Oh, man. But so if you're listening to this podcast, I'd like to know what your thoughts are on Revelations and where we might be. Do I need to buy? And that's the other thing. Some people believe that, Jesus is coming back before the tribulation, and some people believe Jesus comes back after the tribulation. And so we could live through the
Doesn't he
tribulation.
come back before?
I don't know. So I said I don't really study it. Most people say he comes back before, but also the disciples thought Jesus was going to be king on earth. We can sometimes believe the thing that's easiest for us. It's easier. It'd be better for us not to go through the tribulation. But some people believe that the 100 and whatever thousand people that meet Jesus in the sky, I'm now like making verses up at this point. We've been canceled. Cancel culture is getting us right now. This is why we are not pastors. just throwing that out there because I don't actually know the verses by heart. There's a couple topics that we want to talk about, but I don't actually know what the Bible says about the topic, so we have to wait till I study it, and so we'll see how long that takes me to actually study that verse. But let us know in the comments on Facebook, on the Instagrams, on a Google review, Apple, somewhere. Put a comment.
Facebook would be the easiest.
Tell me about Revelations. What's the importance of it? Because I don't know. All I know is it freaks people out. I know quite a few people freaked out right now
I do too.
about Revelations, the rebuilding of the
Mine's
temple.
not because of Revelations. It's just because it's 2020 and people are just
Well,
freaking
yes. But as Christians, you start freaking out because the world is ending. Zombies are coming.
out. I don't, because ultimately God's in control, Dusty.
Dude, what if
God raises a zombie army?
No. What if when Jesus comes back, everybody comes out of the ground and meets him in the sky and yada, 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 kumbaya. What if that's actually zombies?
What if?
People rising out of the graves,
What if
killing the Antichrist.
2020 is the start of the tribulation?
Then we're already in it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that would make sense why 2020 has been so messed up.
Yeah, well, it is.
And maybe coronavirus is how everyone's going to die before we all rise.
That's true. Like, that's how all the people are going to meet Jesus. Because that's the other thing. Like, so if all the Christians were to meet Jesus in the sky and just disappear from the earth like that, how does the world not, call attention to that?
Right.
Coronavirus. Tons of people die from the coronavirus in one day. Oh, my gosh. Record day of coronavirus deaths.
But that means only old people are Christians?
Because they all...
Because
yeah.
they're the ones
Probably.
being affected the most?
Probably. We have messed up this Christianity thing the older we get.
The younger we get.
The younger generations, once we got rid of hymns,
Yeah.
we were destined to live through the tribulation.
The hymns were the only thing saving us. And we finally got those
Remember
out of
we had a
church.
pastor that was like, you can learn more out of this hymnal than you can out of this Bible.
Yeah, that dude was...
He didn't last very long after that.
No, he did.
He did? Oh, dang.
Yeah, because he had a pastor that believed him. Actually, he had a search committee or
Oh, yes, yeah.
he had committees, Baptist committees who believed him.
That's
not
true.
a pastor. Because the pastor didn't believe
I
him.
get what he was saying, but...
I don't. I mean, he was literally saying that these songs were more accurate than a God-breathed book.
Yeah. I thought he was saying that sometimes in songs you can memorize songs. So you're memorizing scripture in your head. You're memorizing the truths of the scripture. I don't know. But he did say that it was more powerful, or you can learn more, or something like that.
And he said it from the
And apparently he's the one that's meeting Jesus in the sky. So,
Did he die? How do you know this?
oh, I don't know. He's probably.
Did you put a hit out on him?
He was pretty old.
He was pretty old.
So, okay, Andrew, that's it for today. I guess we can convene you later, maybe, or go to work, and then
That's it. Now we go to work.
now we go to work and we live out our lives like Jesus is coming back in 2021, midnight.
Take it easy.
See you later, guys.